Hey guys, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Busch Builds. Just going to give you an update with the fuel pump project we were working on. Got everything installed. Everything's all nice and cleaned up. We got the relay, the power braid going all the way across, and then down to the battery. And then for the fuel pump, you can kind of see it down there. That power braid's going down, protecting that wire going down to the fuel pump. Everything cleaned up real nice. Got everything working. The truck does run. We did find an issue going off these wires. The wire we tapped into was a switch power, so it's got no power now with the key off. You turn the key on, it has power, but I learned when it's running, you don't have power. So we're going to be doing a painless switch panel in this. We knew we were going to have to do that anyways, so it's not a big setback. We got to install the key switch anyways. So we're just gonna do that at that time. The truck does runs better than it has since I've owned it. I'll show you where we're gonna mount that switch panel here in a second and show you the truck running. But this is part of the air pump. We're gonna get rid of that. This is the air pump itself. They make a delete kit, so we're gonna get rid of the air pump, EGR. We gotta plug the back of the heads, get rid of the air tubes that go off the headers for all this emission stuff. Just a bunch of unnecessary stuff. We're going to try to clean up this engine bay. Like I said, we desperately need a battery tray. I want to push it back where that air pump box is so we get everything, you know, kind of situated out of the way of each other. It's just going to be a little bit more of a project. With this engine bay wiring harness, I really don't trust it, so I'm thinking after this year of it plowing, we're going to switch this up to a carbureted style EFI that we talked about before with the Holley Performance Kit. It's just going to get rid of the air filter being on top of my valve cover, not being able to get it to service things. It's going to get rid of a lot of this rat's nest walking around. We'll be able to basically strip the engine bay and just kind of start over. We're going to get new brake lines. We're going to check out the steering on it. We're going to actually hook up the washer fluid tank and the coolant reservoir tank. We're going to bleed the brakes, clean everything up, maybe get the AC working in next summer, fix some of the power steering issues. But like I said, the truck overall runs great. It's been running great. It's just now we're slowly eliminating some of the issues. These plow lights we're probably going to switch with off-road pods. Just kind of get, you know, unnecessary issues off the battery. That way we can clean up our wiring for our headlights and keep everything away on their own systems pretty much. That's why we did the thing with the fuel pump. That's why we're going to do the painless kit for the switch panel. It's just going to make everything a lot easier and make the truck a lot simpler. So on the inside of the truck, I really want to keep the stock style interior. Don't want to make it look too racy or anything like that. We pulled the radio. It's going to give us enough room. You can't really see, but it'll give us enough room to run our wires down to put the switch panel. It's an aluminum switch panel, so it's going to be bright. I got an idea on what we're going to do to hide that. I think it'll turn out pretty good. You guys will have to wait. But like I said before in my other videos, this interior in this truck is actually pretty nice for being as old as it is and as beat up as the outside of this truck is. Like I said, everything's going to take a little bit of work, but let's show you this thing running and have me shut up for a minute. If I remember where I put the keys. There we go. So you hear the fuel pump kick on. Let it sit there and prime a little bit just because we are running into issues where it's dying out, because once this truck starts, it starts great, but then it dies out because the fuel pump cuts out on us and then we don't have fuel. Let's see here. And then you hear the fuel pump kick back on. That's because I'm losing power once the truck starts. So it's turning off my fuel pump, which essentially is turning off my truck. Obviously we can't have that if we're gonna be plowing. Just gonna shut that down. But like I said, it's all just a process. It's gonna take a little bit, get it where we want it. I mean, truck's no show car by any means, but we're knocking off things on the list. That's all that really matters. Like to get the switch panel installed by end of October if everything allows. I mean, the list, we are crossing things off. It's a big list. It's gonna take some time. You know, looking at parts, we're knocking out the major stuff right now. Like I said, lights, stuff like that, they're not terribly expensive. We're just trying to get out the big, you know, couple $100 projects out of the way so it's just done and over with. Last year we got 2 Optima yellow tops for it. One's still in this truck. The other one ended up in this car when we had negative degree days and I just never took it out. We're gonna get a battery mount for that, mount that up a little bit higher. I was even considering mounting it on this side out of the way of everything. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that, but I think it'll be a good way to kind of clean up everything and hide it. That side's not bad. It's just, it might be better to run on that side due to the starter and everything, but we're just gonna try to clean up the whole engine bay. Grab my light here, show you a couple other little things we've noticed. So this core support's starting to get a little rotten. The headlight harness is spliced into because of the plow. That's another reason we're having problems with the lights. We're gonna do a H4 conversion on the headlights, so it's gonna be a regular bulb style, be a little bit brighter than the candles that this thing comes with. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna switch over to like an off-road style light on the front for the plow lights, just so we don't have to deal with trying to rewire these. It's not worth the money to me to try to fix them. The truck only really does my property and residential, so it's not going to hurt to have just regular floodlights and have my main lights. It's not blocking my lights on my front of my truck. It's not going to block any issue. It's not going to block anything, you know, any safety issue, anything like that. Like I said, we're going to just slowly start cleaning this all up. I wanted to, you know, I got to get the ball joints and the wheel bearings are loose. The other thing I noticed is the wheels are the wheel rim spacing is wrong, so it's actually hitting the twin traction beam arm down there, so that's another issue we're going to have to deal with. See if you can see it a little better over here. The tire in some points is actually contacting that arm. So, like I said, it's all going to take time. It's not too bad for a toy, but I mean, we just got little stuff, you know. We got our duct tape fixed for our roof, you know, just little things. They'll slowly get better over time. What can you do? It's gonna be it's Project Workhorse for a reason. So if this is your first time visiting us, like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll keep you up to date. We'll try to post our videos every 2 weeks and, you know, actually post them every 2 weeks. So like I said, I appreciate all you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you want to see more on this truck. We got to go through fuel system, brakes, suspension, steering. I mean, we basically got a huge list, so if we don't cover something, it's not broken. And, you know, Ford, fix or repair daily. But, I mean, people neglect things. I mean, if you neglect your vehicle, it's going to have issues. So we're just undoing the neglect, and each year it's getting better. It's getting more reliable. Just takes time. That's why we don't daily drive it. You know, it just takes time and money, and sometimes we run out of both. So just figure it out day by day, and, you know, just keep working at it. Again, appreciate everything. Have a great day.